Hi everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel Listen English Story with GKS. Once upon a time, there was a dense jungle filled with trees, vines, and a variety of animals. The jungle was home to many creatures, big and small, and they lived together in harmony. The jungle was a place of both beauty and danger. During the day, the sun shone down on the lush green canopy, casting dappled shadows on the forest floor. The animals roamed freely, foraging for food and playing in the sunlight. But at night, the jungle came alive with a different kind of activity. The sounds of nocturnal creatures filled the air, from the hooting of owls to the howling of wolves. One day, a young tiger named Ryu was born in the jungle. His mother taught him how to hunt, and his father showed him how to be a leader. As he grew up, Ryu became known as one of the strongest and most fearless tigers in the jungle. But even Ryu knew that he was not invincible. He knew that there were dangers in the jungle that even he couldn't face alone. That's why he made friends with other animals, like the wise old elephant, the nimble monkey, and the quick-footed deer. Together, they roamed the jungle, exploring every corner of it and facing whatever dangers they encountered. Sometimes, they would come across hunters who wanted to kill them for their fur or their meat. Other times, they would face natural disasters like floods and fires. But no matter what challenges they faced, Ryu and his friends always came out on top. They worked together, using their different strengths and abilities to overcome any obstacle. And even when they failed, they learned from their mistakes and tried again. In the end, the jungle was a place of both danger and wonder. But with courage, determination, and the help of friends, anything was possible. As Ryu and his friends explored the jungle, they discovered new parts of it that they had never seen before. They found hidden waterfalls, secret caves, and even ancient ruins from a time long ago. One day, while they were exploring a dense part of the jungle, they heard a strange noise coming from the bushes. At first, they were hesitant to investigate, but then they heard a voice calling out for help. Ryu and his friends cautiously approached the source of the noise, and they were surprised to find a lost and injured human. The man was weak and unable to move, and he had been lost in the jungle for several days. Ryu and his friends knew that they had to help the man, even though he was not one of their own. They worked together to carry the man to safety, bringing him to a nearby village where he could receive proper medical attention. The people of the village were grateful to Ryu and his friends for saving the man's life. They welcomed them with open arms, offering them food and shelter. From that day on, Ryu and his friends became known throughout the jungle as heroes. They had not only overcome the dangers of the jungle, but had also helped a fellow creature in need. And so, the jungle remained a place of wonder and danger, but it was also a place where the power of friendship and compassion could overcome even the greatest challenges. As Ryu and his friends continued to explore the jungle, they encountered many new creatures and made many new friends. They met chatty parrots, mischievous monkeys, and even a rare black panther. One day, they received news that a pack of wolves had been terrorizing a nearby village. The villagers were afraid to leave their homes, and their livestock was being stolen by the wolves. Ryu and his friends knew they had to act fast to help the villagers. They journeyed to the village and met with the villagers to learn more about the situation. The villagers told them that they had tried everything to stop the wolves, but nothing had worked. They begged Ryu and his friends to help them. Ryu and his friends decided to take on the wolves themselves. They tracked the wolves to their den and engaged them in a fierce battle. The wolves were strong and fierce, but Ryu and his friends were clever and resourceful. They used their combined strength and skills to defeat the wolves and drive them away from the village. The villagers were overjoyed and thanked Ryu and his friends for their bravery and selflessness. They threw a big feast in their honor and celebrated into the night. From that day on, Ryu and his friends became known not only as heroes but also as protectors of the jungle. They were respected by all the creatures of the jungle and were called upon whenever there was a problem or a crisis. And so, Ryu and his friends continued to roam the jungle, exploring its wonders and facing its dangers. But they did so with a sense of purpose and duty, knowing that they were making a difference in the world and protecting those who could not protect themselves. Chapter 2. Jungle 2. Once upon a time, deep in the heart of the jungle, there was a small community of animals who lived together in peace and harmony. They worked together to gather food and protect each other from danger. One day, a group of humans arrived in the jungle. They had come to cut down trees and clear land for their farms and settlements. The animals watched in horror as their home was destroyed before their eyes. Ryu, the leader of the animal community, knew they had to do something to stop the humans. He gathered his closest friends and allies and led them on a mission to confront the humans and persuade him to leave. The animals approached the humans peacefully, but the humans were not interested in listening to them. They dismissed the animals as insignificant creatures and continued their destruction of the jungle. Frustrated and angry, the animals decided to take matters into their own hands. They organized themselves into an army, using their unique strengths and abilities to fight back against the humans. They sabotaged the humans' equipment and machinery, causing them to malfunction and break down. They created traps and obstacles that made it difficult for the humans to move through the jungle. And they used their collective strength to overwhelm the humans in battle. The humans were surprised and overwhelmed by the animals' strength and determination. They realized that they had underestimated the creatures of the jungle and decided to leave, promising never to return. The animals celebrated their victory and rejoiced in the return of their peaceful and harmonious way of life. They knew that they had to remain vigilant and protect their home from any future threats, but they also knew that they had the strength and determination to face any challenge that came their way. And so, the jungle remained a place of wonder and beauty, where all creatures great and small lived together in harmony and peace. The animals knew that they were stronger together than they were apart, and that by working together, they could overcome any obstacle and achieve any goal. As time passed, the animals of the jungle continued to face new challenges and threats. They worked together to adapt and overcome each obstacle, becoming even stronger and more resilient in the process. One day, a fierce storm hit the jungle, causing widespread destruction and chaos. Trees were uprooted, homes were destroyed, and many animals were injured or separated from their families. Ryu and his friends sprang into action, leading the animals in a massive effort to help their neighbors and rebuild their homes. They worked tirelessly, using their unique skills and abilities to clear debris, build shelters, and care for the injured. As they worked, they were reminded of the strength and resilience of their community. They saw animals who had never spoken to each other before coming together to help one another. They saw the power of cooperation and kindness in action, and it filled them with hope for the future. In the weeks and months that followed, the jungle slowly recovered from the storm. The animals worked together to plant new trees and rebuild their homes. They took steps to prepare for future storms and disasters, knowing that they were stronger together than they were alone. Ryu and his friends became known as the leaders of the community, respected and admired by all. They continued to explore the jungle and discover its secrets, but they also knew that their greatest adventure was the one they were living every day, surrounded by the animals they loved and the beauty of the natural world. And so, the animals of the jungle continued to live their lives in peace and harmony, always ready to face whatever challenges came their way. They knew that as long as they stuck together and worked towards a common goal, they could overcome anything and achieve anything they set their minds to. Govind Kumar continued as time went by. The animals of the jungle continued to thrive and grow stronger. They faced new challenges, such as the arrival of new predators and the changing climate, but they always found ways to adapt and persevere. One day, a group of humans returned to the jungle. But this time, they were different from the ones who had come before. They were scientists and conservationists, who wanted to study the animals and protect the jungle from further destruction. The animals were wary at first, remembering the harm that humans had caused in the past. But they soon realized that these humans were different. They were respectful and kind, and they worked with the animals to find ways to preserve the jungle and protect its inhabitants. Ryu and his friends became close allies of the humans, sharing their knowledge of the jungle and helping to guide their research. They showed the humans the hidden wonders of the jungle, from the tiniest insects to the mightiest trees. Together, the animals and humans worked to preserve the jungle and protect it for future generations. They created new conservation areas, established protected habitats for endangered species, and worked to reduce pollution and deforestation. As the years went by, the jungle flourished, teeming with life and vitality. The animals and humans continued to work together, learning from each other and striving to create a better future. And Ryu, the brave and wise leader of the animal community, looked out over the jungle with pride and gratitude. He knew that the future held many challenges and uncertainties, but he also knew that as long as the animals of the jungle worked together and remained true to their values, they could overcome any obstacle and achieve any goal. If you're looking for a fun and effective way to improve your English, subscribe to our channel, Listen English Story with GKS, today.